Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in this episode of the Nick Egan Times. On this episode, we have the legendary and incredible hip hop group Naughty by Nature. Naughty by Nature have now collaborated and teamed up with US rap R&B group Next with the appropriate name Next by Naughty to drop their sensational first single, That's Me, which is coming out on the 22nd of March. Welcome to both Vin Rock and KG from Naughty by Nature, and thank you both for coming on this special 100th milestone interview podcast.
All right, all right. How you doing, man?
Doing wonderful, thank you. What about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. I just want to make one correction. The title of the project, the album is called Next by Nature.
Yeah, okay, cool. Hi, KG. How you going?
Hey, what's going on, man?
I'm going good, my friend.
All right.
Let's just jump straight into it. Um, Firstly, how's the when the pandemic hit, how did that affect you both personally and professionally?
Well, it slowed us
Oh,
down, man. It slowed us all down. Everybody, but even personally and professionally, slowed us down. You couldn't go outside. Streets were bare, which was weird to see. Nobody outside, no cars moving around. You couldn't go outside. You couldn't go to the supermarket. And if you did, the shelves were empty. It was just crazy and it was weird. It was just, especially like watching these shows like Walking Dead and all these different things. It kind of felt like that, which was weird. And then from a professional style, like also, we couldn't work. You couldn't do anything. And then even when it did pick back up, or it was starting to pick back up, everybody had to be vaccinated. You had to, it was weird. Even you were kind of even shaky or scared to even get on a plane or even travel around a bunch of people. It was just weird times, man. It was very weird.
Yeah, it was crazy, definitely crazy. All right, let's just jump straight into it. Tell me firstly about the 30th anniversary of 1993. It's incredible and remarkable the success you've had since then. Tell me about that and what that means to you.
I know. Well, 1993 is our second album. And it's crazy that it's 30 years later now. And of course, the hit song off of that was Hop Hooray. So it was really great for us. Like our first album, we made it big with O.P.P. Everything's Gonna Be All Right. Third single was Uptown Anthem off the Juice soundtrack. And then the second album, everyone was worried about the sophomore jinx. Can you do it again or maintain, your level of success with the second album? So 1993, we got over the sophomore jinx, the curse of the sophomore jinx. And thanks to Hip Hop Hooray, it really broke us through. And people were like, okay, they're the real deal now.
Incredible. And it's hip hop 50th anniversary too, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop too. And we're right here in New Jersey. So we're like a half an hour from New York City. So we're right in the middle of all the festivities going on.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, tell me about collaborating and teaming up with Next, with your sensational new song "That's Me." Tell me about it, and I guess how did this all come about?
Well, I mean, Next is a group that I've always produced, from the beginning. So I've always produced Next, and all of their records that they put out, I produce. So it's naturally them being a part of the Naughty family and the team that we would put something together. It's been a long time coming. It should have been happened. We've collaborated on each other's albums, but we've never put together a total project. So this is the first time we're doing that. And like I said, it's been a long time coming.
Sensational. And tell me, what's the song "That's Me"? What's that about?
It's a sexy
Oh,
record. It's a sexy
yeah.
record telling the females or telling the girl, that if you want this and you want that, you want pleasures, you want this, you want that, then that person is me. I'm that person. That's me.
I'm that guy. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely a super sexy song. Got a good vibe to it. So it's a good kickoff record. But we got a lot of bangers on this album too.
Yeah, we got a lot of up-tempo records on here. We got a lot of fun records, stuff you would normally hear from Naughty by Nature and Next combined. You're getting exactly that in this project.
Wow, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
All right, tell me, Naughty by Nature, obviously 30 years, anniversary that we're just talking about. How do you think Naughty by Nature has evolved and progressed from when you first started, to where you are now?
I think now, being 30 plus years in the game, we're definitely more seasoned now. K's production skills have evolved because he worked with R&B and a lot more musicians. I think just by living and going through all the success, myself and Tretch, our experiences are different. So we're able to articulate that from a different perspective, an older, more mature perspective. And I think just 30 years later in the game, 30 plus years later in the game, to have people still recognize you, consider you legends, consider your work some of the best work in hip hop, is just a blessing, man. And the older we get, the more I realize, like, we're lucky guys, you know?
Yeah, wow. What inspires you both daily?
The new guys in the game, the love for the game, the love for music, the love for what we fought to get into. It inspires us daily. And then everybody coming up now, new producers, hearing new artists, coming across, new producers every day. Or once again, like I said, coming across new artists all the time, even watching performances, then seeing and watching the industry and everything evolve and grow as well, and inspires you as well. Because now that you can hear, especially with hip hop, like you said, we celebrating 50 years of hip hop, and to watch it and see it grow to what it has become. This big thing of being on a Super Bowl now, being on every commercial that you turn on TV, watching every movie, even from our catalog, getting sync clearances to all of these big movies and all of that. It inspires you to keep going.
Wow. What what has given Naughty by Nature, if you could describe it, the longevity? What has, I guess, given you that edge? Because, a lot of obviously groups fall off, or, they don't stay relevant. You have literally gone through decades, and it's sensational. What has given you that longevity?
I think our vibe, we for one, we started in 91, with O.P.P. We kind of opened up that decade. In the 90s decade, they consider that the golden era. So I think we got in, just at the right time. And then with our videos and our vibe, we always had a family vibe, an inclusive vibe. We've always been known for bringing the whole neighborhood with us. Plus our party vibe, feel good party vibe is stuff that songs like Hip Hop Hooray, you got to play that at a cookout. You have to play that in massive events where people join in together. So I think Naughty by Nature represents a feel good vibe, longevity, inclusive, and just masses of people. So I think that's what gives us the longevity.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You've done Jamboree, Holiday, they're all really, even with 3LW, when you did that song, Feels Good, like they're all incredible hits, and they're all up tempo, really great vibes to the song. So yeah, couldn't agree more. All right. What's the best advice you both have received?
Hmm. Well, believe in yourself, first of all, like you have to. And then also too, especially for music, don't do this because, you see other people doing it. And, you have to love it. You have to, have some kind of interest, something that sparks you to get into it. And it can't be, propelled by money. It have to be some genuine love. And that's what, you need to do this whole thing. And you see a lot of people that say, hey, let me just try this or let me just try that, and it's just because they see it, and it becomes fly by night. And then when you do something like that, you just really just throwing stuff against the wall and not really 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 trying it out. And that's fine when you're young, but once you start to come around and become yourself, you have to really 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 see where you fit and see what you gravitate to, and really really push through with it. And that's the best advice I would give you, man. Just like, if you're young, do it. Try multiple different things, but you can't, once you start becoming your own. you have to go into where you really, what really, 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 really what you gravitate to, not what others are doing.
Yeah, that's incredible. What when you look back in your careers and you have those fond memories of specific times, what are those memories that that just are really fond that you can share when you look back at it all?
Yeah, well, really, I mean, it's the pursuit of it all. I remember when we first started from like high school, and then when we performed a lot locally. Then we started recording, trying to take this thing more seriously. And then from shopping our demos, looking on the back of the records and finding the addresses of these record labels and running down on them, standing outside of radio stations, waiting for DJs to come out, that pursuit. And then once we finally got on and released the records, it's like especially for O.P.P. I remember De La Soul bringing us out on stage in South Carolina, and they played O.P.P, let us perform it. That was the first time we really knew, like, people outside of Jersey knew what the record was. So those moments were incredible, and we're like, wow, we finally made it. And yeah, those first 3 years where people would chase us out of malls and just chase us around, like the classic Beatles rock star moment. So those were great moments.
Wow, that's great insights. Um, you've collaborated with a lot of artists. What are the best memories and collaborations you've done too that really stand out for you?
Me personally is all the artists that within our family, with Next being one, because even discovering Next from on tour to even working with Next, and watching them grow. Like those are fond memories for me. And even Janae to Jaheim, all of the different artists I work with, because outside artists, I haven't worked with a lot of them. Outside of that, the ones that we work with, obviously the biggest one, and even to today, I'm always in awe of her, is Queen Latifah, producing her, because she came from the Flavor Unit, and we always looked up to the Flavor Unit coming up in New Jersey. So once we finally got down with them, and she was always produced by Mark the 45 King. And that's her main producer, and it always was and always will be her main producer. But when I did finally get to work with her, those were very, very fond memories in the studio with her. I got to see a different side of Latifah, and it's a real fun side of her when you're working away from the industry. She's really fun, jokes a lot, and you can have a lot of fun. So those are very good times.
Thanks, that's great insights. What makes a good song? Like, what when you're creating one, how would you describe like when it's just going to be a great song? Like, where does the creativity come from that?
Just being yourself. Just being yourself. I mean, if you do it every day, all day, it comes naturally. You know when something makes your hair stand up on your arms and just on your neck and your back, and you just like, wow, this feels good. Or you get the general, feeling from everybody when you're playing songs, and everybody like, yeah, 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 play that one again, play that again, you know. So you got to work in volume. You work in volume. And if you're doing this music thing, everybody out there know, you work on this every day, all day. So you continue to do it and you continue to do it. But there is a lot, or a few that stand above the rest.
Terrific. What in obviously all the experience you have, what's the lessons that you've learned that when you first started to opposed to where you are now? What are the key lessons that you've learned too, being in obviously a music industry where it's obviously ever changing as well?
Well, I think for one, you just have to put on the blinders, man, and believe in yourself. You always have a bunch of doubters and naysayers, and you will fail along the way. But if you put on your blinders and really believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing and love what you're doing, you won't be distracted by the naysayers. And then another thing that really, really keeps you going is just the love of the people. And as long as you're authentic, people see right through you. You know what I'm saying? So no matter who you think you are or what you think you're doing, the people see right through you and they'll respond accordingly. So when you're authentic, the people recognize it and they treat you accordingly. So that's what keeps you humble, it keeps you honest, and it, keeps you moving forward.
Right. If you were both 18 again and you could change anything in your lives, it can be personally or professionally, what would you change?
Nothing.
If we were what? If we were what?
If you were 18 again and you could change anything personally or professionally, what would you change?
Oh,
Nothing,
18.
because it's it's the the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, the goods and the bads that make you. And here we are today, thriving, still here doing what we love to do, and it's all because of the goods and the bad that happened. So that it's all a part of life, and you have to take it all. I know you're hypothetically speaking, but I would just I just take it all in stride.
Well, one thing I would say is if I was 18, the way you pronounce it, 18. If I were 18, I would have had children earlier in life. I don't have any kids, but that's one thing I'm like, man, I've been doing all this work running around. I should have made more time for that.
Great answer.
See, and I have 3 kids, so that's why I said I wouldn't change anything. I've done it all.
When it's all said and done for Naughty by Nature, what would be the legacy you would like to leave?
The legacy I would like to leave is that, for one, we were true to what we were doing. We love hip hop. We stayed in the game and stayed around for a long time. I think we set examples of being musicians and businessmen and, being multi-talented, multimedia artists. And I think we laid a blueprint for a lot of artists and a lot of what you see right now. I think, our legacy will be, hey, Naughty was the first or some of the first to do what you see artists doing right now, like having record labels, having film companies, doing merchandising and big business. So I think we laid that blueprint or that groundwork. And then it was like, ultimately, Naughty by Nature was about the people and made feel good music. Naughty by Nature make the people feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. They'll look at us and say, hey, man, they were definitely trailblazers. They were different when they came out. They sounded different. They looked different, and even the style of music and the fun party making records. They made anthemic music, and also their stage show. When you saw them live, you left saying, wow, I had fun at a Naughty by Nature concert.
Wow. What do you guys like to do aside from music? Obviously, it's your passion, and obviously, it's your bread and butter. What do you like to do in your downtime though? Like, do you have any other passions or hobbies?
Basketball, 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 basketball.
Who do you go
That's my
for?
yeah.
And me, I like to play pool. I like to go bowling. I haven't been roller skating in a while, but I like to roller skate, ice skate. A winter ago, we haven't had much snow here, but I went skiing, and I went on the amateur trail. Then I went to the medium trail. Then I got on the big trail all in one day. So that was fun. I want to do more skiing as well.
He be
Wow.
out there hiking as well. He's an outdoor.
Hiking, BMX biking. I'm about to go back out on pump track, BMX biking, all that.
Yeah, and me, I'm just my downtime. If I'm not in the studio, my days off, or even sometime even after the studio, I leave. I'm going to play basketball. That's my cardio. That's my I get my exercise doing that. Plus, it's competitive, so my competitive spirit comes out in that. I can get out there and argue and be competitive at the same time.
Well, who do you follow in the NBA? Who do you go for?
I don't. I just like a bunch of different players. I don't have a basketball team. I just watch the team. I just watch all games. So I just channel surf with all the games. Just watch. And if it's a great matchup between your team or the game or certain players that day, I'll probably zone in on that game. But yeah, I don't follow a team. But as far as a team, I don't play football, but I do have a football team. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers for football.
Cool.
Yeah, big Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Cool. You've both obviously done a lot of traveling. Where's your favorite places to travel to?
Australia won. Nah,
Australia.
definitely. We definitely. I mean, I think us as a group, as a whole, we all love Australia. You know, we love going over there. It's a beautiful place. The fans, it's a big market for us. We love it. So that's definitely one. I mean, obviously home, you know, we have here. And I'm not sure outside of that. You know, there's other places obviously that's nice, but Australia is definitely probably number one on the list.
Yeah.
Cool. And do you have any tours or any are you coming out here again soon?
No plans right now, but we are working on some projects here. So again, we have the Next by Nature project. We're actually producing a concert here at the Wellmont Theater with Next, A. Marie, AZ, and Funkmaster Flex, and you know what Kay and I are doing with Ill Town Slugger. So we're starting here. We'll keep promoting the Next by Nature song and album. And hopefully, hey, we'll come over with Next and perform songs off of this Next by Nature project.
Yeah, that's the plan. Come over there. We know the Aussies love Next. They love Naughty by Nature as well. So maybe Next by Nature will be over there soon.
Incredible. I'll definitely come. I was even telling Vinny, you both played down in Wollongong back in 2015, and I actually met you both as a fan back then. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, my guy Fabian lives down there now. He's married and even he started a family. He has like 2 or 3 kids now. He's from Sydney, but lives in Wollongong.
Small world, very small world.
Hmm.
Vin Rock and KG, thanks for coming on the 100th episode. I really appreciate it. It's incredible what you both have done and Naughty by Nature in general. And I wish you nothing but the continued success that you're having.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations on the 100 episodes as well, man.
Thank you. I sincerely appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.